On this note, we're delighted to be joined this afternoon by our guest in the studio, Dr. Amal Siddiq, the novelist and drama critique. Dr. Amal, it's a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us, Doctor. Let me start by asking you, Ramadan is usually, flavored with the launching of new series that people look forward to every year. And it is the season where all the new shows are broadcast in Egypt and around the Arab world. Tell me, what makes Ramadan a unique time to launch these different series?
I think it's because there are a lot of family gatherings, so a lot of families gather around the TV, not only for the food and for all the different celebrations, but also for TV. I think, and people have more time and they spend more time at home, so I think that's why it's a good time for TV.
Indeed. Doctor, we've seen over the years, usually the series lasts for the 30 days of Ramadan, but over the last 2 years or so, we've seen shorter series, coming to a close after 14 or 15 episodes. Why do you see this change or this shift in the duration of the series?
I think it's better this way, actually, because if one series is not very successful with the viewers, and it wouldn't have to last the whole 30 episodes. It could only go on for 15 episodes, which is really enough. I think also because of the budgets, they have grown so big, and so if we have like four different series for a certain budget, you can actually double them if they're only for 15 episodes. Also, I think this way it's really better with the viewer. He can see a lot of different kinds of TV programs and series. I mean, there would be a variety.
Yes. Indeed.
I think for all these reasons, I think that's why they did that.
Indeed.
Also the Netflix and the Shahid and all
media,
these different
platforms.
things. They have started this actually with programs going for 10 episodes or 15 episodes. So I think they're easier to be sold to them also when they're shorter.
Indeed. Tell me about the diversity of the different shows and series that are presented to viewers every year. We've seen lots of different diverse topics to cater for different preferences. So we've seen dramas, we've seen family, we've seen romance, we've even seen historical, social justice, comedy even. How important is this diversity that has to be present in the different works every year?
It has to be present so that it suits different kinds of viewers. And I'm very happy to see historical episodes coming back this year, because for a long time the TV hadn't produced any historical episodes, because I think because of the budget it's very high. But this year we see El Hashashin with Karim Abdelaziz, and it's historical, and it's really nicely made.
Indeed.
I've only seen one episode, but I think it was nicely made.
So it's going to be worth watching. Tell me, Dr. Amal, what else do you see as a good watch for this Ramadan?
Well, I've seen Shaqqa, I think it was called Shaqqa. Ashghal Shaqqa for Khalid Diab, the director. It was comedy and it was nice. And of course, Yahya al-Faharani.
Back to the screen after a while.
There's a very nice program. It's called Atab al-Bahga. It's nice to see him back again because he's one of our strongest actors. He's not only like a comedian, but his episodes usually have like a social aspect and a family aspect at the same time, comedy.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be one of the most successful ones, actually.
Absolutely. How about the new upcoming actors and actresses? Lots of series this year introduce, different youngsters and actors, aspiring actresses as well. How important do you see, the series as a platform to launch these new talents?
Actually, this is one of the most important things about episodes, because there are not a lot of movies being produced these days, and directors need to see new faces, because a lot of our actors have aged and have gone into another phase. So you really need to see young actors and kida. So where else other than TV? I think that's the best place, especially that the theater is not as strong as it used to be. So actually, the episodes are a very good place where we can see them and where we can get to know them and see how good they are.
Absolutely. Also, Dr. Amal, I wanted to ask you about the different streaming platforms. How do you see these platforms, working towards assisting in the, wide broadcasting of the different shows and series during the Holy Month?
Actually, a lot of people depend on them, maybe totally depend on them, because it's easier to see them at their own time. For example, if you want to watch an episode at 4 o'clock and not at 7 or 8, because you're busy at 7 or 8, you can actually watch it at 4 or at 3 or whenever you want. So it gives the viewer freedom, and at the same time he can watch like several episodes at once, if he's free one day in the weekend, for example. So it really gives them flexibility and a lot of variety, and so he can watch in his own time with his own terms.
Indeed.
So
as well as accessibility.
Are very successful, actually.
Yes, as well as accessibility, which leads me to my next question, Dr. Amal. How do you see Egyptian dramas in general, or Egyptian series, standing out to even non-Egyptians and other Arab nations that are very keen as well to join us and watch these series every Ramadan, every year?
Actually, they're not only watching, they have been producing. So Egypt is no longer the only country that produces all these episodes. Now, different countries in the Arab world have started producing episodes, and there's a lot of competition. So we have to keep high standards so that we're still here. But of course, the Egyptian drama is the strongest until now. But still, we have, all the Arab world used to know our accent because of the movies and because of the episodes, and they never produced anything. But now it's different. Money talks. They have the money, and so they started producing. And so we really have to take care of what we're giving and what we're producing, so that it can keep up to the standards of Egyptian drama and TV.
How do you see, the Egyptian Arabic dialect as a universal dialect, which is mainly understood by most of the Arab countries watching?
It used to be understood by all of them because of the movies and because of the drama. But right now they have started to produce strong drama. So right now you see the Syrian dialect all over TV. You can see the Lebanese. You can see even the Turkish episodes. They use when they duplicate the language, they use the Syrian, not the Egyptian anymore. So it's really, it has an advantage, of course, because it's better that all the Arab world understand each other in all the different dialects, but it means, it gives us like a red flag for the Egyptian strength in drama.
Yes, some competition indeed. Finally, Dr. Amal, let me ask you, what would you like to see on the screen? What do you see is missing? Do you see that there's enough, for example, drama catering for children, for example? What would you expect, or what would you like to see more of?
Definitely not enough for children. There isn't enough for children. And I would like to see more movies, actually, because we care a lot about drama, although it's more expensive to produce episodes, and they're longer. And I think with the time and the work pace and everyday life is so fast, and so people in the future are not going to have time to watch all these episodes. So it would be better to watch like movies, because they're shorter, they're only 2 hours. So, and it tells you a story and it entertains at the same time. So I think the time for movies will come, and there should be more movies.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Amal Siddi, our novelist and drama critique. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and your insight. And a short break, and we'll be back for more. Do stay tuned. beautiful.